Hi Neil again. It's a while since I've posted, but I've been tied up with other things for a little while, which meant I haven't been surveying as much as I would have liked to have been. But today I'm looking at a property. It's a pre-purchase survey, and they've obviously had a surveyor out, or they've already had a surveyor out, who's then recommended further investigation. Actually, I will point out it's a typical ex-local authority house, and we've got 75mm skirting boards. $100mm skirting boards there. There's a range, and then we've got the same again on the internal walls. Now what we're getting is relatively, well, what I would say is moderately elevated moisture meter readings at the base of the walls, virtually every wall. So what I've done, I was able in this corner down there to identify that the plaster has been taken down to the floor. The consistent readings above skirting board on every wall is a bit of a giveaway that we're not looking at rising damp. Come round on the other side of the partition wall between the lounge and the kitchen. There you are, there's the wall plaster bridging. So it's an indication as to the type of problem that we've got. But it wasn't actually the reason that I did this. I was actually going to show, obviously part of the timber inspection is a roll of carpet backs carpets back wherever possible, as I have here. So what I've done is roll the carpet back, and using a torch and mirror, trying to get a look and see exactly what's what. Now externally there's no evidence of a physical damp-proof course. The property's been repointed many years ago, but presumably they've bridged or they've plastered over or mortared over the original bitumen damp-proof course. So what you do is you come inside and take a look at it and then see what we can see. So I've pulled these floorboards up, and the purpose of this was really just to give an impression or an idea what you can do with a torch and mirror. There's my mirror. I've put my torch on. So now, obviously, the torch on my phone is nowhere near as good as the torch which I do use, which is that one there. Yeah, great little torch. Really powerful, compact, so you can get it in your pocket, so it's it's not a great big cumbersome thing to hump around. But it's just using the torch off my mirror. Pop it in along the front main elevation, and you can see there the cavity wall insulation where it's came through onto the inner void. You can see it on the oversight there. It's nothing that we haven't all seen, probably hundreds if not thousands of times. But what it means is we can get in there and we can take a look at the joist ends. We can switch it round. As I said, the torch isn't as good, it's difficult with the light, but you get a really good idea of the condition of the joists. There you are. And I know it's not ideal because it's different again to using a proper torch, which I would be using normally, but I just thought I'd show this. Now I couldn't see the bitumen damp-proof course externally. In my videos I've often said, if you just do a little bit of homework, it's surprising what you can reveal. Now I'm looking at the reflection in the mirror there, and if you can see, below the timber wall plate, you've got a brick on edge, obviously on top of the wall plate, but you can just catch sight of a bit of the black bitumen below the wall plate. So what I'll do is pop the mirror out, and then pop that in, and there you are. There's our bitumen damp-proof course below the timber wall plate. Now there is some damp staining to the wall plate, but I have probed it with a screwdriver and it's generally sound. But I will make the client aware that it is something we need to keep an eye on. But again, pop your torch or your cobwebs, your mirror down under the floor, and that's what we get to see. We get a good indication as to the condition of the subfloor timbers. And same again, pop it in here, and it just gives us a much better idea of what we're looking at. You can see the soil has been banking up against that wall. See a bit of damp staining on the joist end. So it's all things we can report to the client. But the main thing was the use. I know not many people use it, because whenever I'm involved with training, I always ask how many people use a torch and mirror. and it's amazing how many people don't use them. But with a decent torch, the field of vision from here, I can see back to the partition wall between the lounge which I'm in and the dining room at the rear. It's amazing the field of vision that you can get. You know, I bought the mirror off, you can buy your mirrors anyway. I think I bought this when it was £9 off Amazon. You know, great, it's crystal clear, but then pop it under the floor and straight away you get to see a lot of things that you would normally have missed. So, you know, I know it's not for everybody, and I know lots of people say that they aren't allowed to do invasive surveys, and I respect that, but for newer surveyors coming in, if you're given the opportunity, or if it's something which you feel that you can do, I would encourage you to get a hold of a mirror, get a hold of a decent torch, a few hand tools. You know, it took me all of, 5 minutes, if that, to get that floorboard up. There's one in the front entrance lobby, which I'll be taking up in a second. So I just thought it was, you know, a little pointer, the benefits of actually A, doing an invasive survey, and B, doing an invasive survey using a torch and mirror. It just gives you a wealth of information you might have missed. Okay, well, take care now. Bye-bye.